Have you ever felt like your thoughts are out of control? Like a devastating hurricane, sweeping everything around and leaving your mind in complete chaos? No matter how hard you try, it seems impossible to find a moment of peace, right? This whirlwind of ideas, worries, fears, and what-ifs that don't let you relax can be exhausting. It's as if your mind never stops working, constantly jumping from one worry to another without giving you a break. Anxiety builds up, and you feel trapped in an endless cycle of distress, unsure of how to escape. But here's the good news. There is a way to overcome these mental storms. You can, in fact, control these restless thoughts and consciously redirect them, bringing your mind back to balance. The key lies in learning techniques that allow you to calm this internal turmoil, find serenity, and surprisingly, do so with the support of the wisdom of Stoicism, applying ancient teachings to our modern lives in a practical and accessible way. Imagine yourself as an experienced sailor, learning to navigate through the roughest seas. In the same way, you can use the techniques I'm about to share to regain control, achieve serenity, and reclaim your mental space. So get ready for this journey of self-discovery and inner peace, where we'll turn mental storms into calm and controlled waters. But before we begin, I want to ask you for one thing. If you like what you're about to hear, don't forget to hit the like button. This helps our channel grow and continue bringing quality content for you. Now, let's get started. Technique number 1. Visualize your thoughts. Visualize your excessive thoughts as an external force, something that is not part of you, but temporarily present in your mind. This technique is incredibly powerful because it helps you understand that your thoughts do not define who you are. They are just visitors, temporary guests in your mental world. Imagine these thoughts are outside of you, like a torrential rain of worries. Each drop of this rain represents a what-if, a fear or an uncertainty, overwhelming you. The more you try to fight against this storm of thoughts, the stronger it becomes, leaving you even more immersed in a cycle of worries. However, there is a way out: the practice of meditation and mindfulness. With these practices, you begin to build a mental shelter to protect yourself from this mental downpour. Meditation works like regular exercise that strengthens your mental muscles, allowing you to observe your thoughts without being consumed by them. Gradually, you become the observer, not the participant of this mental storm. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And by practicing meditation, you start to improve that quality. A good example would be when you're faced with a tough decision and thoughts begin to flood your mind from every direction. Instead of getting lost in a maze of possibilities, you pause to meditate. You observe the thoughts like clouds that come and go without attaching yourself to any of them. With this practice, you regain control over your mental space. Your worries decrease, and you make decisions with a clearer and calmer mind. This is the true power of mindfulness in battling excessive thoughts. Technique number 2. Redirect your energy to concrete activities. When you feel overwhelmed by excessive thoughts, one of the most effective ways to regain control is to change your focus. Imagine your mind as a noisy marketplace, full of vendors shouting, each trying to sell you a worry or anxiety. These thoughts can pull you in multiple directions at once, leaving you confused and exhausted. The solution? Channel this energy into activities that demand your full attention. It could be something simple, like taking a walk outdoors or dedicating time to a manual hobby. These activities force your mind to concentrate on the present, shifting focus away from invasive thoughts. By doing so, you anchor yourself in the present moment, stepping out of the what-if cycle that often dominates our minds. In this way, you're not just escaping excessive thoughts, but you're building mental discipline that helps you direct your energy in a more productive and healthy way. Technique number 3. Accept the impermanence of thoughts and practice detachment. One of the most effective ways to deal with excessive thoughts is to accept that they are temporary. Our thoughts are like waves in the ocean. They come and go, and they are not permanent. Often, we hold on to these thoughts as if they were a fixed part of us. But the truth is, they are always changing. When you accept impermanence, you free yourself from the burden of taking every thought too seriously. Imagine your thoughts as leaves being carried by a river. Some may pass quickly, while others seem to cling to the surface for a longer time. The important thing is not to try to hold on to them. By practicing detachment, you allow these thoughts to run their course, making space for new ideas and emotions. This doesn't mean ignoring your thoughts, but acknowledging them without being controlled by them. With this practice, you'll start to notice a greater sense of calm as you learn to let thoughts follow their natural flow. Technique number 4. Create a daily worry period. Instead of letting worries invade your entire day, try setting aside specific time to deal with them. That's right. Define a worry period where you allow yourself to focus exclusively on your anxieties and thoughts. It could be 20 minutes a day where you deeply dive into your concerns. During this time, completely dedicate yourself to them. Write them down, analyze them, and think of solutions. The secret of this technique is to train your mind to limit the time you spend on these thoughts. When the worry period ends, you set these issues aside and return to focusing on the present. This creates a type of mental organization where you control when and how intensely you engage with your worries. It's like tidying up a messy drawer. You place each worry in its proper place without allowing them to spread throughout your life. Technique number 5. Break overwhelming thoughts into small, actionable steps. When facing big challenges, it's natural for thoughts to become overwhelming, as if you're facing an impossible mountain to climb. An effective technique for dealing with this is to break these thoughts into small steps that you can manage more practically. By doing so, you transform an apparently insurmountable problem into manageable parts. For example, if you're worried about a large project at work, instead of focusing on the whole and feeling paralyzed, concentrate on the next step you can take. It might be sending an email, doing some research, or scheduling a meeting. Each small step taken with care and attention reduces the impact of the problem as a whole. What once seemed like an impossible task now becomes something achievable, one part at a time. This technique is powerful because it helps you stay focused and take action instead of getting lost in negative thoughts about the complexity of the situation. Technique number 6. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool for breaking the cycle of negative thoughts. When your mind is filled with worries and anxieties, it tends to focus on what's missing, on what could go wrong, or on what's making you dissatisfied. By practicing gratitude, you shift the direction of that mental energy. Every day, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand. They can be simple things, like a hot cup of coffee in the morning, a pleasant conversation with a friend, or even the sunshine outside. The daily practice of gratitude helps rewire your mind, shifting the focus from what's wrong to what's right in your life. Over time, this not only eases the stress of excessive thoughts, but also transforms how you perceive the world. Gratitude helps you appreciate the small things while reducing the importance you place on the worries that consume you. Technique number 7. Focus on your efforts, not the results. Often, we get caught up in the obsession with the final result, which can create a wave of anxiety and excessive thoughts. The key to breaking this cycle is shifting the focus from the result to the process. Think of your daily efforts as a way to build something solid, step by step, instead of worrying only about the outcome. When you concentrate on what you can do today, on the small actions within your reach, your stress decreases and your productivity increases. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our control, and the results aren't always in our hands. By directing your energy toward the quality of what you do, instead of obsessing over the outcome, you live more in the moment and with more peace. In this way, each action becomes meaningful, and the process becomes an expression of your character and dedication. The result, when it comes, will be a natural consequence of your consistent efforts. Technique number 8. Practice voluntary discomfort. Often the fear of stepping out of our comfort zone keeps us trapped in patterns of negative thoughts and anxiety. An effective way to overcome this is to embrace discomfort intentionally and in a controlled manner. Small challenges like taking a cold shower, walking instead of driving, or exposing yourself to a socially uncomfortable situation help strengthen your resilience. When you practice voluntary discomfort, you train your mind to deal better with uncertainty and situations that would normally cause anxiety. It teaches you that discomfort is not something to be avoided at all costs, but rather an opportunity for growth. By facing these small challenges, your mind adapts and strengthens, becoming more capable of handling the bigger adversities in life. The discomfort that once seemed paralyzing turns into a tool for personal development, and excessive thoughts lose their power as you get used to stepping outside your comfort zone. Technique number 9. Reflect on the brevity of life. A powerful way to quiet excessive thoughts is to remember the fleeting nature of life. Often, we get caught up in small daily worries that, in the grand scheme of things, aren't that significant. By reflecting on the brevity of life, you change your perspective and give more value to the present moment. Ask yourself, will this worry be important a year from now? How about 5 years from now? By doing this, you remind yourself that life is short, and it's important to make the most of every moment, rather than getting stuck in anxieties and fears. This doesn't mean ignoring problems, but rather putting each one in its proper place. Remembering the ephemerality of life helps you prioritize what really matters, freeing your mind from unnecessary worries. This practice brings you back to the present, where life truly happens, and you begin to live with more lightness and awareness. Technique number 10. Seek wisdom outside yourself. Many times we get so immersed in our own thoughts that it seems impossible to find a solution. In these moments, seeking wisdom outside yourself can be the key to freeing your mind from excessive thoughts. Sharing your concerns with a trusted person or seeking advice from a mentor can bring a new perspective to your problems. Sometimes, we're so caught in our own mental labyrinth that we forget other people have faced similar situations and can guide us. Stoicism greatly values the pursuit of wise counsel, and this practice helps us see solutions that, alone, we wouldn't have been able to find. It's not about weakness, but recognizing that as social beings, we can rely on each other to overcome life's challenges. By listening to the wisdom of others, you can find the clarity that was missing, and in turn, handle your thoughts and concerns better. I hope these techniques help you master your thoughts and find the tranquility you've been seeking. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more tips and practical wisdom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.